Hello. Yes. Start. Everybody keep the camera switch on as soon as possible. Hello. I hope you guys can hear me. And I need you guys on screen. Did I already explain the themes and the literary devices as well? This is theory class, no? Right. Okay. What happened to my... Okay. Right. I hope you guys are ready to do your presentation. First of all, Noor Rahma, you get ready. Can somebody tell me the 846? Wait, 846. 2469. 2469. 846 24. 846 2469. 8496. 8496. Right. Noor Rahma, switch on the camera as soon as possible. Hurry up. Hi, Hirisara. Switch on the camera.
Teacher, can you give me some bit of
I
time?
can't see you. I can hear, but I can't see. Now I can see you. Aulitumya, Yahya, Azka, Aisha. Why the cameras are switched off yet? Aisha, done. Azka, perfect. Okay, teacher, I'm not well and I'm joined from the bed. Is it okay? Offer today. Litomia. Okay, Litomia. Yahya, switch the camera on. Noor Rahma will start from yours.
Teacher, can you give me some time?
Sorry?
Can you give me some time
For what?
to prepare?
To prepare, you need time now?
Yes, teacher.
Aska, what about you? Are you ready to present immediately?
Yes, madam, but I think still you didn't teach the themes and the literary
No, I
devices,
did.
madam. You said after.
No, right? Last week before the class ending, I told you it's better. No, last week, as I remember, I told you, end of the lesson, I told you it's better to explain themes and literary devices as well. Themes, yes, I did. Literary devices, I was about to stop the classes, but without stopping, I complete that one as well. And I ask you to prepare the presentations.
I can do, but I can't exactly say the themes and the literary devices. Rather than that, I can present.
No, I am asking, did I explain the literary devices or not? Because I have the recordings. I can access the recording and check.
No, madam, still you didn't.
Give me a second. As I remember, I did. Before winding up, I told you it's better I can complete the explanation so that you can prepare yourself for the presentation.
Madam, at the last you asked that do you all want to explain that the themes and the literary device, then only
No, I
can you
did.
all do.
I did. As I remember, I did. Let me check whether I remember correctly or whether you guys are right because we have the records now. Grade 6, grade 11, English literature theory, videos, theory class, then Goblet. This is part 1 and this is part 2. Let me. Inner self, today itself, start to believe that you are the most valuable. කොමනේ ඔයාලට ප්‍රියංකා ටීෂර්ට් වටින්නේ පණ තියෙනකම් portal. So you can write the answer and upload your answer script. Bless us. Then the others outside petition එතකොට mini version. But for me, it's taken my liveliness, it has taken my free from my body. මගේ තිබුණේ ජීවිතය මගෙන් අහවර වුණා, ඉවර වුණා. The goblet එක තමයි මම attractive. If I was given another version නෑනේ poem එකේ explanations එකේ නවත්තලා තියෙන්නේ. Ah? No, it's okay, right? Because I asked you to prepare. Right. Themes and the literary devices were not explained, but I provide you the notes. And we discuss each and every line. And while giving the explanation for each and every line, I highlight the themes and the literary devices mentioned there. Yes, literary devices and themes we did not discuss. Today, I will be providing the final explanation. Just after that, I won't give you extra time for your preparations, but you have to do the presentation, right? Because when I start the content, I have been asking you to prepare yourself to do the presentation. Usman, whoever joined right now, please keep your camera switch on and participate the lesson actively. Right? So we stop from the last line and have to start from the themes. they give me that pen? Pata? What happened to Amodya? Amodya will be there, right? You if you want to see the Amodya, then you have to join the class 4:30. She will be there by 4:30 or 4:45. Right? Yeah, here. May I know the reason of keeping your camera switch off? Aisha Maulana. Okay. So the themes, first one, loss of innocence. The goblet represents a human being who has lost natural purity. Before being shaped, the clay existed freely in nature. It nurtured a flower symbolizing innocent and simple joy. The shaping process destroy that the shaping process destroy that natural life. The goblet now regrets losing its original innocent state. The poem suggests that growth or development often destroy childhood purity. Civilization and imposed identity may remove natural happiness, right? My past unshapely natural state was best. There is a poem in your syllabus. What? Once upon a time. Once upon a time, that man, the father, is explaining about his childhood and he tells the outside world, no, he explained his son, the childhood he had, the childhood he experienced was best. I love that. I love my past hope, and I don't like the way I live right now here, right? So the people who lost their identity just because of the civilization or the industrialization, they are not really happy, right? I have seen people who are coming from rural areas and they start to live in.
Madam can't hear you.
Hello? Yes, done. If, okay, right? I just want to say something. So, my last child of the class already arrived. So hereafter I won't see anybody else. Right? When Amodya has come to the class, it means that the last child has entered the class. There won't be any other students. Right? The final indication to others, like hereafter you don't see any other faces because the last phase is already arrived. මේ බූරු පැටවුනේ මම කතා කරාම මාව ඇහෙන්නේ නැත්නම් ඔය බූරුවන්ගේ කටේ පිටුද කියන්න ඕනේනේ ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ වා කියන එක කියලා. උඩ බලාගෙන හිනහ වෙගෙන ඉන්නවා. ඕකේ වා කතා කරන හොඳයි. දැන් වාවල් අපිට හිනහ වෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. Right? After seeing you, you speak like an idiot and we can't hear anything. It creates some kind of humor. We enjoy it. Hirudara was enjoying that. I was like, why this boy is smiling alone? He was like, if I see the Priyanka teacher voiceless version, she would look like this. If you are nearby, you see a cold blood murder here. Right? ඔයාලා නම් අනේ අනේ මන් දන්නේ මේ ළමයි 8 9 8 9 ඉන්නකොට මොලේ තිබුණා. 10 11 10 වෙනකොට මොලේ චුට්ටක් නැතුව ගියා. 11 වෙනකොට බොම් හරක් වෙලා.
Excuse me, miss.
Right. Home.
Excuse me, miss.
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss, I'm trying to on my video several times. I had turned on few minutes ago, but now suddenly it got stuck and it shows as failed.
You leave the class and join back.
Okay, miss.
Normally we can't hear Aisha properly. Only the option we had, we could see her. If it is, if we can't get that one as well, then it's very difficult to continue. Listen to me. What I was telling, people after clearing forest or the jungle, they build their houses. After that, what they do? They make artificial jungle inside the houses. Have you seen that balcony garden? Top of the terrace garden, after constructing houses, they create artificial garden inside the houses. But you know, definitely you won't be able to get that real vibe where you live when you have the real forest and the natural forest. That vibe you can't get from the house garden, right? You have to make a lot of effort for that. You have to manure it, water it, take care it. Even though you are not taking care it for few days, it's like totally that leaves get withered and you don't find it as an attractive manner, right? You have to take care. But you go inside the jungle or a forest, then you see the environment, nobody is there to take care, but it is attractive, right? It is peaceful, so you have that serenity beauty there. You can't get it from artificial thing. So even your purity, your naturality is changed. You always have an attachment with the natural stuff, right? Natural stuff. අපි දැන් face එකට මොන හරි cream එකක් ගන්නකොට we think twice whether it's going to destroy or damage my skin. But when you take margosa leaves, කොහොඹ කොළ අරගෙන you grind it and apply, you can apply it for forever. It won't create any bad effect to you. It won't give you any side effects. නැත්තම් කොහොම කොළ ගාලා මූණ පිච්චිලා හැම ප්‍රැලි වැටිලා එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ කවදාවත්. නැචරල් වලින් එහෙම bad effects දෙන වෙන මේ ප්‍රතිශතය හරීම අඩුයි. එහෙම නේද? හැබැයි artificial දේවල් වලින් අපිට side effects එන්න පුළුවන් possibility එක very high. Here it says what? The first theme talk about loss of innocence. Loss of innocence. Just because of somebody else, you can change yourself. But from your inner side, you can't enjoy it. Yes or no? Yes or no? From your heart, you are lamenting about that natural version of yours, right? Especially for a person, for a girl, it's her dress code, the way she wear her dress. For a boy, the way he enjoy his freedom. Some boys, they love to go with the friends, they want to go out, enjoy their time. If somebody asks them to be inside the house and limit their friends and all, they get frustrated. Maybe they can change themselves just because of a lover or just because of the mother, but from their inner self they don't enjoy it. The same way, if someone is, the people introvert and the extrovert, there are introvert people, they don't like to go out, they want to be with a very limited people. So if we force them to go and mingle with the others, right, be sociable with the others, they do it just because of your face, but they don't enjoy it. They're waiting when I'm going to escape from this crowd. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right. So here, when the Kelle, came late and you are yawning. Buffalo, if if I want to give a gift to Amodya, I will give a comb to her. Right? I don't give anything else but a comb. Right? අනේ මන් දන්නේ මේ කෙල්ල කවදා හැදෙයිද කියලා මමත් බලනවා තාම හැදෙන්නේ. හරිද? So when the clay says what? When I was in my original shape, I enjoyed it. For me, that is the best version of me. When I was converted into a goblet, I lost my originality. I lost my identity. So there, I lost my innocence. Understood? Yes. That is the first theme and the best quotation I have given you guys. Hi. Freedom was control. The clay had no desire to be shaped. It wanted to break away from the potter's hand. The potter represents the authority, society, fate, or God. The goblet becomes captive on the wheel. This reflects how humans are controlled by external forces. It suggests lack of freedom during transformation. The shaping process is forced, not chosen. You have seen, right? I would say this, this one, freedom with control. Freedom and the control, it's up to your hand. Your future, it is already in your hand. Sometimes there are some places, they make your life very critical and it's very difficult to take some kind of decision, right? For an example, just imagine there is a girl, she gets a proposal, right? And she doesn't like to get married that boy. She is waiting without explaining herself just because she's afraid of her parents, or she doesn't like to hurt her parents. Because of that reason, she remains silent. And after wedding, she doesn't like to lead her life with this particular boy, right? So she start her life without desire. Two people can't live together. It's very difficult. It's the hardest. Trust me, it is the hardest. Life is the easiest when you live with the person that you love the most. හරිද තමන් ආදරය කරන මනුස්සයෙක් එක්කලා ජීවත් වෙනවා කියන්නේ ඒක හරිම ලේසි. It's very difficult to lead a life with a person to whom you can't attach yourself. So that girl is waiting until the last moment. She get married and she leads her life. Right? Now can she take a decision? It's difficult to take that decision. Right? Even though after getting a baby or two babies, now if she get the courage to say that I don't want to lead this life, it can create a lot of problem. Yes or no? Yes or no? So in life, Puta, in your life also, there is a point that you have to take the correct decision. Right? Your decision can change your entire life. Sometimes you may feel like, if I take this decision, how am I going to face the society? How am I don't know what is the value or the criticism of the society. We are afraid of that criticism and we put ourselves down and we are ready to be under control. Here, when the potter put the clay on the potter's wheel, he wanted to break away. He wanted to escape, but he tolerated. Just because of what? Just because of the authority or the power of potter's wheel, potter's hand. Potter was more powerful than the clay. So the clay could not stay against that external power. Sometimes society also the same. Society will force you to do something that you don't want. So you are afraid of that and you change your entire passion, entire dream according to the society. After one point, when you get some courage, you start to blame others. But during that time, initial point, if you have the power, if you know what you are doing is right, you could have taken the correct decision. That would have changed your present life. Yes or no? Yes or no? So the problem is freedom with control. So when we leave somebody to live the life they want and they may feel they are on the butterfly feathers. But when you press somebody, pressurize somebody, it's like living inside the pressure cooker. Yes or no? Yes or no? So the freedom and the control, two things, and you see this poem clearly explain that, because when you are the clay, when the clay remain in its original form, it enjoy the plant, how the plant roots go inside the chest, and finally give a beautiful flower, and it enjoy that life because it was its freedom. The clay was enjoying its freedom to the dot, but it was taken, put on the potter's wheel, turned and converted into a vessel with control. It doesn't like it the form. Maybe it look attractive, maybe it look valuable, but it doesn't enjoy it. Yes, that is the two different things, right? So in future, if you are leaving somebody to enjoy the freedom, lead the life the way they want, and you become a part of it, that's, you can lead a beautiful life, peaceful life, happy life. But if you want somebody to take from another place and put it into your mold and turn the way you want, definitely you are not going to be happy. Not you, neither you nor him. තේරුණා නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ඔයාලට ඕක ඇවිල්ලා මොන්න ආදර කතන්දර රෝමියෝ ජුලියට් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, මේ ටයිටැනික් එකේ හිටපු රෝස්වෙයි ජැක් ඇන් රෝස්ද? ජැක් ඇන් රෝස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඕනම වෙන්න පුළුවන්. two people කොහේදෝ ප්‍රාන්ත දෙකක හැදිච්ච මිනිස්සුયો ප්‍රාණ දෙකක් එකට එකතු වෙලා ජීවිතයක් ගෙනියනවා කියන්නේ ළමයි මේ ලෝකේ තියෙන හරිම අමාරු දෙයක්. තේරුණානේ? Two people, when they get together and lead a single life, right? That family life is the most critical thing, because there should be a lot of dedication and lot of sacrifices inside that. මම හිතුවොත් එම මම මෙහෙම තමයි කරන්නේ. අද උයන්නේ මාළුයි පරිප්පුයි සම්බෝලයි කනවා නම් කනවා නැත්නම් යනවා කියලා. You can't live your life in that way, right? If the boy thinks that who you are, wear a dress, you have to cover from top to toe, otherwise you can't live your life with me, then you have to live alone. ගෝනේ බිල් එක වහමයි බඳ ගන්න වෙන්නේ. තේරුණා නේද? So it's not easy. It's not easy. If you are trying like, but I'm the provider, I give you food, I provide you the shelter and money, everything. Do what I want. Do what I say. She will be there, not with wholeheartedly, just to pretend, right? Whenever she get the chance, she will fly away. Yes or no? The same thing applies to the other side as well. එහෙම නේද? So control කරන එකයි freedom කියන එකයි දෙකක්. අනිත් එක තමයි ඔයාලගේ freedom එක create කරගන්න ඕනේ ඔයාලා. That can be done with the right decision. කවදා හරි ජීවිතේ critically decision එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා හිතුනොත් ඒ වෙලාවේ හරි තීරණේ ගන්න. කවදාවත් ඒක මම අපරාධේ මම මේක කරන්න තිබුණා කියලා life long regret එකකට යන්න එපා. තේරුණා නේද? මම personally මේ ඔයාලා තරුණ ළමයිනේ, young children no. So I advise you guys, when you want to take the strong firm decision. Oh my goodness, what happened to my oh my goodness, I thought I lost my, I didn't bring the charger. Mama අද නිකන් මේ කඩි මුගි එදුවගෙන ආවේ. කඩි මුගි. Oh. මම මට අතර එකක් ගෙනල්ද? හරිද? හරි. එතකොට අන්න ඔය control and freedom කියන two versions you can see inside the poem. Yahya, මම අහනවා හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න ඇති. Yahya, keep the camera switch on. Madam, yes, don't type any reason. Don't type any reason, keep the camera switch on. මං කියන්නේ unless you hit the puberty කියලා. අර ලොකු ළමයි වුණාම ගෑල්ලම එමොඩ පුහුණ පෙන්නන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙම වෙලා නැහැ. ඇයි කියන්නේ? හැමතිස්සෙම මූණ වහ ගන්නවා. මෙයාගේ මේ මූණ බලන එක තමයි අනිත් අයට තියෙන වැඩේ. මයික්‍රොෆෝන් එකක් ගත්තා. හරිද? ඒ මයික්‍රොෆෝන් එක නේ මන් දන්නේ. එක්සෑම් ඉවර වෙන දවසට පස්සේ දවසේ තමයි මං හිතන්නේ කන්ෆිගර් කරගන්න ඇත්තේ. You are waiting until the exam date, final date of the exam, so that you can spend some time and do the settings. Ah? කොල්ලෝ. manufacture කරන්නවත් ඔච්චර දවස් යන්නේ නැතුව ඇති මයික්‍රොෆෝන් එක. materials අරන් manufacturing වලටවත් ඔච්චර කල් යන්නේ නැතුව ඇති. When I on the camera, the screen gets blur and your voice is also starts lagging. අනේ මන් දන්නේ. කැමරා ඔෆ් කරන ළමයිට තමයි ඔක්කොම රීසන්. කැමරා හැමදාම ඔන් කරන ළමයිට කිසි රීසන් එකක් නැහැ. හරි. Painful transformation. The shaping process is described as sorrowful and fatal. The goblet feels deep emotional pain. Transformation is not shown as joyful but tragic. It compares gaining form to losing life. The process of development involves suffering. You know something? Girls, right? They have a mental problem. What is that mental problem? When they have lengthy hair, they want to cut it short. Whoever got long hair, for their lifetime, they cut it short. After that, they come home, they cry for days and searching how to grow hair fast, how to grow 2 inch per month, right? They apply whatever the cosmetics, oil, this and that to grow the hair. They already had lengthy hair. Have you find such people? Because I'm blaming others, I did the same. Right? I did the same. And Yadav, I went with Yadav. I wanted to cut because I had a long hair. I wanted to cut it short at least once in my lifetime. Yadav was like, Amma, don't cut ma, don't cut ma. I was like, keep your mouth shut. I just want to do it. And I came home, it was super short. I was like, where is my hair? I cried for months. And now it is already grown. Then but I was crying. Then this boy was scolding me. You wanted to change yourself, right? You wanted to cut your hair, now you are crying. So the people, they can't accept that transformation. Yes or no? That is their natural formations, right? If you have the long hair or the slim body or whatever, it is that natural formation. When it is transformed to something else, can't accept it. දැන් අපි ඉන්නවනේ තර girl කෙනෙක් ඉන්නේ මේ I can't remember her name. The girl who is joining from Chalaksha. What's her name? Chalaksha, right? Chalaksha is having a super short hair, right? Once she get married, her husband force her to grow her hair. She will be doing it with utter disturbance, right? She won't enjoy it because those people, they don't like that lengthy hair. You know that transformation, plus or minus, negative or positive, people find difficult to transform. So here, the shaping process is described as sorrowful and fatal. So when you lost your originality, you lost your life. ඒ ඔයා නෙමෙයි දැන් ඔයාව මම ඔය රූපෙන් ෂෝට් කොන් එකක් කරලා hair color කරලා skinny dress එකක් දාලා චූටි crop top එකක් දාලා ගත්තොත් එහෙම you don't come and see my face. Yes or no? Can't accept it. හැබැයි ඒ වගේම normally day to day life එහෙම අඳින girls ලා ඕන තරම් ඉන්නවනේ. ඒ girl කෙනෙකුට සාරියක් අඳලා shawl එකක් දාලා පොරෝල එව්වොත් එහෙම මේ මොනවාද ටීචර් පිස්සුද ඇද්දලා තියෙන්නේ මේ නිකන් මේ නුවරේ යඩ යවුවා වගේ මාව කියලා හිතයි. දැනව නේද? එහෙම කියලා තමයි මම දැකලා තියෙනවා මේ recently I saw someone is wearing osari හරිද තමයි. osari එක මොන වගේද දන්නවද? අනේ මන්ද ඒ වගේ මනුස්සයන් මං හිතන්නේ මේ වෙනමම අපායක් හදන්න ඕන ඇති දාන්න. osari එකේ මං උඩ අඳින්නේ නැහැ. මේ මගේ ඩ්‍රෝවිං එන මාරම ඩ්‍රෝවිං හරිද මේ හිතන්නකො මේ කකුල් කියලා. හරිද මෙහෙ තමයි ළමයි osari එක. This is the osari. Yes man. And there is a slit here. Yeah, yeah. This was the osari. So that is how හරිද crop top එකක් අඳින එකනකොට සාරියක් ඇඳුවම එහෙම තමයි දිහේ බෑර සාරියෙන් this way. එතකොට අර කමෙන්ට්ස් වල තිබුණත් එහෙමයි. So if you want to do fashion no experience, right? Try something new. You could have done something else without destroying the because this is the identifications, right? Sri Lankan identification. ඔසරිය කියලා කියන්නේ අපේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේම picture එකක් නේ නේද? ඒක you can't change the osari the way you want. You can change the sari maybe, but not the osari. එහෙමනේ අපේ එක traditional dress එකක් නේ. bride කෙනෙක් මෙහෙම ඔසරියක් අඳන් ඉන්නවා කියලා කියන්නේ ළමයි ඒක පිස්සුවක් නේ. right? So the transformation is really painful. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා මිනිස්සෙකුට ඒ වෙනස් කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ හරියට මේ මිනිසයාගේ ජීවේ එළියට ගන්නවා වගේ. Yes or no? Yes. Right. Next one. And give me a form. මේ බලන්නකෝ quote මේ මම දාලා තියෙන quotations. And give me a form which is the death of me. එතකොට මේ transformation එකේ දුන්න මට මේ version එක මේ form එක හරියට මොකක් වගේද? මාව මරලා දැම්මා වගේ. Right? It has taken my life out of the body. So now I am a lifeless person. I don't have feeling. I don't have emotions. Because this is not me. This is not my original formation. එහෙම නේද? හරි. ඊළඟ එකට යමු අපි. Nature was artificial civilization. The clay once lived in harmony with nature. It supported a flower symbolizing natural beauty. After being shaped, it becomes an artificial object. The goblet prefers its natural state over its polished form. The poem questions whether civilization truly improves life. Natural existence is shown as peaceful and meaningful. Artificial shaping is shown as lifeless and restrictive. That's true, right? Nowadays, we are living a very artificial life now, Puta. Right? We are working hard so that we can upgrade our vehicle, right? Fix an AC inside the house or buy some more jewelry. But have you ever thought, right? Yesterday was Sunday. No, yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. No, Monday. Normally, I came out from the house nearly 3 o'clock. 3 වලට තමයි මම ගෙදරින් එළියට එන්නේ. So before that, I'm alone at home. He's going to school. Husband is attending his work. So I'll be alone. මම එළියට ගිහිල්ලා බැලුවහම ඒ පැත්තෙම තියෙන ගෙවල් all the hi-fi people are living there. හරිද ලොකු ගෙවල් තට්ටු දෙකේ තට්ටු තුනේ පත්ත ගෙවල්. හරිද? හැබැයි කවුරුත් නෑ ළමයි. කවුරුවත්ම නෑ. මම විතරයි ඒ පැත්තම ගෙදරකට ඉන්නේ. ඔන්න හොරෙක් එවනවා නම් හොඳම පැත්ත මම විතරයි ඉන්නේ. උදේ 7:00ට විතර කට්ටියම නෝනලා මහත්තයලා lawyers ලා doctors ලා ඔහම ලොකු මිනිස්සු ඉන්න මේක වෙන්න ඇති මම හිතන්නේ ඔය ආමි එකේ වැඩ කරන ලොක්ෙක් ඉන්නවාගේ ඉස්සරහම හැමෝම 7:00 වෙනකොට යනවා. තට්ටු දෙකේ තුනේ ගෙවල් හදලා එන්නේ රෑ 11ට 12ට. දැන් අපි මම ගෙදර යන්නේ රෑ 11ට. තේරුණා නේද? හැබැයි සැලරි එකෙන් භාගයකට වඩා house rent එකක් pay කරනවා. කිසිම තේරුමක් නැහැ නේ. ගිහිල්ලා නිදාගෙන උදේ පාන්දර ඇහැරලා ගෙදරක් හැදුවට ඒ ගෙදර මිනිස්සු ජීවත් වෙන්නවත් නැහැ. හැබැයි day to day they are working, they are earning money, but they don't enjoy. They go and sit in the office and they work for somebody else. Hirusan is asking, where do you live? Why you want to send someone? Kill you. Harida. So that maybe this artificial civilization is there. People don't enjoy. I don't want, seriously, I don't want to attend class today. Ratmalana mein Dehiwal. I live in Dehiwal. No, not Ratmalana, Dehiwal. Right? Today I don't want to attend the class. But this is my responsibility now, Puta. This is not a game, right? Because of that reason, even though I don't want, I give, right? But life should not be in that way, you know. If I really want to enjoy with my family, then I should be able to spend some time with them. We can't do it because we are restricted. අපිට තියෙනවා responsibilities, අපිට තියෙනවා කරන්න ඕන duties. අපි ඒ දේවල් මැත්තේ මැහිගෙන ඒ දේවල් කරගෙන යනවා because of this outer look. එළියෙන් බලනකොට මිනිස්සු හැමෝම නිකන් එන්න පොෂ් ජීවිත ගෙවන්න. හැබැයි ගොඩාක් හිතලා බලන්න ওই තට්ටු දෙකේ තුනේ ගෙවල් හදපු මිනිස්සු ওই තට්ටු දෙකේ තුනේ ගෙවල් වල ඉන්න ප්‍රමාණය හරි අඩුයි. ඔය හදලා තියෙන්නේ සමාජයට පේන්න. Right? Thank you, Usman. Right? People, they build their life just because to show off, right? Just because to attract the external, external society, create the picture in the external society. But exactly, they are not happy. ඔයාලා චුට්ටක් අම්මලා වැඩ කරන පේරන්ට්ස් ලගේ දරුවෝ නම් ඔයාලා ওই දේ මුත්තටම දන්නවා ඇති. හරිද? සමහරට තාත්තා ලක්ෂ 2යි 3යි පඩි ගන්නේ. දෙවයි. They don't have enough time to spend together. තේරුණා නේද? අම්මා කෑම එක හදලා දුන්නාම තාත්තා උතාගෙන යනවා. තාත්තා එහෙ කනවා, අම්මා මෙහෙ කනවා, අපි ඉස්කෝලේ කනවා. හරිද? දවසකට එක වේලක් ඔයාලා එකට කන්න පුළුවන්කමක් තියනවද දන්නේ නැහැ. make it a habit. ඔයාලගේ ජීවිතේ habit එකක් කරගන්න එක වේලක් හරි එකට ඉඳගෙන කනවා කියන එක. අපේ ගෙදර අපි ඒක ප්‍රැක්ටිස් එකක් විදිහට කරනවා. අර අපි සහන් එකේ එක වේලක් අපි සහන් එකේ කෑම කනවා. බිම ඉඳගෙන එකට දාගෙන තුන් දෙනා ඉඳගෙන කනවා. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා අපි අනිවාර්යෙන් දවසට එකපාරක් කරනවාමයි. කරේ නැත්නම් ඒක ලොකු වැරදක් කරපු තානනුවට අපි දාගෙන ඉන්නේ. right? no matter what 12 නෙමෙයි 11 නෙමෙයි කීය වුණත් කමක් නැහැ. දැන් අපි එක පිඟානේ දාගෙන සහන් එකේ ඉඳගෙන බිම ඉඳගෙන කනවා. so it creates happiness. මට දන්නවා ඒකේ තියෙන සතුට. ඔයාලත් ඒ දේවල් බලන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ අර life එකේ මේ when we change ourselves, when we industrialize ourselves, we should not forget the real quality of the life. ජීවිතය අර මොකද කියන්නේ? ඇතුළාන්තය අමතක කරන්න හොඳ නැහැ නේද? හරි බලන්නකෝ. So the clay once lived in harmony with nature. When you live a simple natural life, definitely you can lead your life happily. How simple your life is, that happy you can be. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Maybe with lot of artificial stuff you can create a you can create an vibrant picture, but inner self, you don't find your inner self as a happy person. හරිද? ඒක තමයි මෙයා මෙතන කියන්නේ. Identity and selfhood. මෙන්න මේක හරි important point එකක් බලන්න. The goblet identity was imposed from outside. It did not choose its shape. The form becomes something separate from its true self. The poem suggests that social identity may destroy individuality. True self lies in the natural state, not in shaped appearance. The goblet feels disconnected from its authentic self, right? If a person, if a child is allowed to do what he likes, when he falls down, he can get up and build himself again from the scratch. But when he was given a version that he doesn't like, whenever he faces failures, he is unable to come back and be resilient. දැක්ලා තියෙනව නේද? ඒකයි කියන්නේ. So you take clay, let the clay to be the version it is, the way it is. You can mix it water and convert into anything. But when you take the clay, transform into a goblet, burn it, and after that, if you break it, you have to pick all the pieces and throw into the dustbin. You can't take all those broken pieces and convert into something else. Yes or no? Yes or no? So here, identity and selfhood. Don't forget, don't let anybody to take that self identity from you, who you are, what you can do. මම ඔයාලට කියලා තියෙනවා නේද? දැන් as a teacher, if I lost this job, I can conduct a small group class at home and survive. Right? Otherwise, I can go to another place, conduct few classes, cover up my expenses. Just imagine if I am a clerk or somebody who works in an administration post. If I lost that job, I have to find another company. If this company give a bad feedback about my service, then I would find very difficult to find another job. තේරුණා නේද? recommendation එකක් නැතුව එක තැනකින් තව තැනකට යන්න බෑ. But when you have your self value, when you do something that you really want to do, there you can start your life at any point from zero. එහෙම නේද? Yes. So never let somebody to destroy your identity. ඔයාලට ඔයාලව නැති කරන්න කාටවත් ඉඩ දෙන්න එපා. ඔයාටවත් ඉඩ දෙන්න එපා. Right? When you take the decisions, when you are ready, that's okay, this is not going to work out right, then I'll do whatever others want to do. Don't compromise yourself like that. Believe yourself and be strong with your decision. Work for that. And prove the others that no, what you suggest is not going to work out. What I want to be, here I am, and I am okay. Right? Not I'm okay, I'm doing really well කියලා පෙන්නන්න ඕන. හරි. But here the story is totally different. What it says, when I was given another form and I lost my originality. Regret and nostalgia. දැන් මේ poem එකකින් කියන්නේ මේ වගේම දුක් වෙලා ඉන්න කියලා නෙමෙයි. මොනවද කියන්නේ? මේ වගේ point එකක්, don't create a point like this to your future generation. And as the future generation, you should not let somebody else to take away your identity. දෙමාපියන්ට කියන දේ මොකද්ද? ළමයින්ගෙන් එයාලගේ identity එක හොරා ගන්න එපා. Right? ඒ වගේම තමයි දරුවන්ට මොනවද කියන්නේ? තමන්ගේ හීන කවුරුවත් වෙනුවෙන් උගස් තියන්න එපා. The goblet constantly looks back to the past. It believes its former life was better. The tone of the poem is reflective and sorrowful. Right? මොකද පුතේ theme එක බලන්න. Regret and nostalgia. This is the reason I told you, when you take a decision, think twice and think not twice. You have to think twice. Why is that? Sometimes in future you are going to regret about your decision, right? So if your regret, sometimes you can turn your life back and take whatever you want. Sometimes you would be too late to take decisions and change your life. සමහරලාට ජීවිතේ ආපහු හරවන්න බැරි තැනකට ඔයාලා ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. නේද? Yes or no? So when you take the decisions, you have to be very careful, because you should not regret about the decisions you have taken. Once you have taken, and that decision should not make you to regret. What's the meaning of nostalgia, පුතා? මේ යහියා ඉන්නව නේද? කවදාවත් හැදෙන්නේ නැහැ. What do you mean by regret? Don't do that. Yes, Usman, that's true. That's correct. Right? Nostalgia means you think about the past, right? You think about the past and you feel happy because those incidents brings you good memories. And you feel sad because you can't go back. That is called nostalgia. Nostalgic feeling, for an example, my school days. I really enjoy my school days, right? So whenever I was talking about my school life, I get that smile to my face, right? And next second, I feel like now I am not a child. I won't be able to go back and be that free, right? So there I get that hurting in my heart. So now we have a lot of responsibilities, right? And that is called the nostalgic feeling. Understood? Nostalgia, nostalgic feeling. Terunada, nad, teruna. Hi. It believes its former life was better. The tone of the poem is reflective and sorrowful. It compares past happiness with present dissatisfaction. The goblet longs for the lost simplicity of nature. Memory becomes a source of emotional pain because I earlier when the clay enjoy its life in the nature, he remembers how happy he was with the nature, with the plants, with the flowers and all. And now he feels sad because he understands this is the end point of my happiness because now I was transformed into a version that I can never convert my life back. හරිද ළමයි ඉස්සර ඇවිල්ලා career transformation ඇවිල්ලා impossible. If you are a teacher, you have to be a teacher throughout your life because the opportunities were very less. But now, if you are a doctor, you have taken the decision, I'm going to quit my job and I want to be a lawyer. You can start from the scratch. You can start from the beginning, and after 2-3 years, you can be a lawyer. Yes or no? The children දැන් ඇවිල්ලා ඩිග්‍රී එකක් දැන් අපේ කාලේ බැචලර්ස් කියලා කියන්නේ ළමයි මාර වැලියබල්. බැච් මේක ග්‍රැජුවේෂන් ෆොටෝ එකක් ගෙදර තියෙනකොට ඒක නිකන් මේ ඔලුවට නිකන් මේ ක්‍රීඩම් එකක් තියෙනවා වගේ. එච්චරට වටිනවා. හැබැයි දැන් ඇවිල්ලා මම මගේ ගෙදර ග්‍රැජුවේෂන් ෆොටෝස් මොනවත් නැහැ. මම ඔක්කොම ටික අරගෙන ඉවරලා කබඩ් එකේ දාලා තිබ්බා. මොකද දැන් ග්‍රැජුවේෂන් කියන්නේ වැහි වැහෙනවා වගේ. නිකන් පඳුරකට පයින් ගැහුවොත් එහෙම ග්‍රැජුවේට්ස් කට්ටිය විසික් වෙනවා. හැමෝම ග්‍රැජුවේෂන්ස් කරනවා. නර්සරි වලත් ග්‍රැජුවේෂන්ස් කරන්නේ නිකන් ග්‍රැජුවේට් නර්සරි ටීචර්ස්ලා PhD හෝල්ඩර්ස්ලාගේ මේ ලෝගෝ දාලා තමයි ග්‍රැජුවේෂන් සෙරමනි කරන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ග්‍රැජුවේෂන් කියන එක දැන් ඇවිල්ලා very common. මහාන කට්ටියත් ග්‍රැජුවේට් වෙනවා, බියුටිෂියන් උත් ග්‍රැජුවේට් වෙනවා. චිත්‍ර අඳින අයත් ග්‍රැජුවේට් වෙනවා, ඉංග්‍රීසි කතා කරන අයත් ග්‍රැජුවේට් වෙනවා. So the graduates are very common nowadays. හැබැයි ඒ දවස්වල එහෙම නැහැ. මේ bachelors කියලා කියන්නේ ලොකුවට මේ consider කරපු කාලයක් තිබා. දැන් ළමයි when you are not happy, if you are not happy with your current career, you can shift to another one because the opportunities are that much opportunities you have. ඉස්සර ළමයි university apply කරන්න at least 2CS වත් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. බයෝ කරන කාලේ අපේ කාලේ 2CS වත් තියෙන්න ඕනේ university apply කරන්න. දැන් ඇවිල්ලා 3S තිබුණා university courses තියෙනවා apply කරන්න පුළුවන්. තේරුණානේ? එතකොට හිතලා බලන්න කොච්චර education side එකේ improvement එකක් තියෙනවද කියලා. education එක දැන් නම් totally business එකක් විදිහට convert වෙලා ඉවරයි. Right? So the why the goblet is feeling sad. No, you won't be the rare one. You will be the stupid one. Idiot. See the way they have taken the message. Yahya is asking, if I don't have the graduation, then I would be the rare one then. So I'm not going to be a graduate. See, this is called how stupid you are. If all are taking the graduate, you try to be a PhD holder, man. Then only you can be a rare one. Idiot. Right. Next one, power of authority. මෙන්න මේක ළමයි බලන්නකෝ, power of authority. The potter symbolizes a higher power. He has complete control over the clay. The clay has no voice in its transformation. Authority decides the future of the individual. The poem subtly questions whether such authority is just. The potter removes the living breath of the clay. It suggests human helplessness before destiny, right? There are some people, their authoritative power is very much, right? people who are outside or who are under their control unable to take their own decision, right? So there is no any other option for them. They have to be under the control of those people, right? No, can't raise the voice, can't ask for a justification. එහෙම life තියනවානේ. ඔයාලගේ තාත්ති එහෙමයිනේ. Very authoritative, right? එහෙමනේ. I could understand. මෙයාගේ තාත්තිය දා මෙයාගේ තාත්තිය දාවා. Then I understood. Oh my goodness. Oh. එන්න වාසේ තාත්තෙක්. හරිද? That's right. මම තාත්තලා උඹට එහෙම එන බයයි. මම යන්නේ කතාවට. කොහොම හරි මේ කවුද? මැනේජර් ඇවිල්ලා කිව්වා කතා කරන්න ටීචර් කිව්වා. මම බයේ හිතේ මොනවා අහන්නද? I never go and Banine, but he has that power, no? He takes everything under his control. Right? ඔයාලගේ තාත්තා නෙමෙයි. මෙහෙම හාල් මැස්සෙක් වගේ තාත්තෙක් ආවත් මම බයයි. Right? ඔයාලගේ තාත්ති පොඩ්ඩක් හරි Mama, I am okay with the children. ඒ children කියන stage එක පැනපු ගම ප්‍රියංකා teacher is disappearing. ඒක මට මේක I don't have that. මට එහෙම නැහැ. අම්මා කෙනෙකුට කතා කරනවා. ඔයා තාත්තිය එක්කගෙන ඇවිල්ලා දැන් ඔයා බයයිනේ. You may think that teacher මොනවා කියයි දන්නේ මාව කියලා ඔයා බයි ඉන්නවනේ. ඒ වගේ 10 ගුණයක් මම බයයි. මෙයා කොයි වෙලාවෙ ඇයිද දන්නේ නැහැ. දැයියයිද කියලා මං මට මේ adult control එක මට නැහැ. ඒක මම පුරු වෙලා නැහැ. I am not into that. මේ මගේ පුතා ඒක මට දෙන්නේ නැහැ. කියන්නේ he does everything. මගේ husband උත් එහෙමයි. මගේ තාත්තිත් එහෙමයි. කියන්නේ යාලා මට ඔක්කොම දේවල් කරලා දීලා දෙනවා. එන්න මට අර එක්ස්පෝස් වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ගෙදර කුණු එකවත් දාන්න මියන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. කුණු එක අරගන්න එන්නේ. කුණු එක එකතු කරන්න එනවනේ මිනිස්සෙක්. ඒකට එයාටවත් යන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. එයාලා කියලා තියන්නේ කුණු එක ගන්න එනකොට අපි නැත්තම් කුණු දෙන්න එපා. ගී කුණු මේ ගඳ ගැහුවත් කමන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. ඒ වගේ අර මට හරි කම්ෆර්ටබල්. හරි. අහන්නකෝ මේ පාඩමට එන්නකෝ. So that authority, power කියලා කියන එක. So some people take the authority, the others are when they become the weaker versions, they are unable to stand against. එතකොට ඕක ගොඩක් එනවා younger generation එකේ girls වල. දැන් ඉන්න girls නම් එහෙමනේ අම්මෝ ඉවරයි. Hi, Mananda, what is this? If you can allow me to do that, if not, I find my own job and do my work. කියන අය තමයි දැන් ඉන්නේ. But ගොඩක් වෙලාවට lucky teacher, right? He has complete control over the clip, right? On එතන next one බලන්නකෝ. ඔන්න මෙතන තියෙනවා ඔයාලගේ themes ටිකයි ඒකට දෙන්න පුළුවන් හොඳම justifications ටිකයි evidence ටිකක් දාලා තියෙනවා. Personification, yes or no? Throughout you see the personification technique because clay or the flower or the plant or the potter's wheel, everything was given, everything was taken as human being, right? They have emotions, they have their feelings. So we call this option as what? This technique as what? Personification. Throughout the poem, you see this technique. Apostrophe. So the poem begins with the speaker directly addressing the goblet. The goblet is an inanimate object, yet it is spoken to as if alive. It creates intimacy between speaker and object. It introduces philosophical tone of the poem. Apostrophe allows the poet to question life and transformation indirectly. Oh, silent goblet, read from head to heel. So from the starting, the writer questioned the goblet. So for what? So it can create the connection between the speaker and the goblet. So the two people, if they can have a conversation, both should be in the same form. Right? Have you seen the squirrels? Squirrels, යාලා දෙන්න අතර හින්න කතාවක් තියෙනවනේ. Have you ever noticed? දාලා නේද අම්මච්චියා මාර conversations තියෙන. අපේ ගෙදර පොඩි කපල් එකක් දැන් මැරි කරලා කුඩු හදන පැටව දාන්න. They are talking throughout the hours. So they understand each other's conversation. හොයන්නේ ගෙදර කකුල් දෙක කඩලා දානවා. ඒ මිනිස්සු ගෙවල් අස් කරගෙන ඔහෙ දැක්කනවා. අපේ ගෙදර කියන මෙයා තාම දැකලා නැහැ අපේ ගෙදර පවුලක් අලුතෙන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා මෙයාට තාම අපි ඒක පෙන්නලා නැහැ දැක්කනම් පවුල ගේ වැකේට් කරනවා if they see you අහන්නකෝ so the goblet sorry speaker is starting a conversation with the goblet then they should be in the same state yes or no a human can have a conversation with a human a squirrel can talk to another squirrel so here from the starting speaker gives that human quality to the goblet right so you see the apostrophe here symbolism. What is the symbolism? The potter symbolizes the god, fate, authority, or society. So the potter has the authority to change, to do the transformation just because he owns the power. He owns the authority. It can be the parents, it can be the society, or it can be the god. Right? If the god wants, he can give me another what car right now right I will be able to afford another brand new car right if god wants he can push me to the deathbed yes or no හෙට ඇවිල්ලා මාව කෝමයකට දාන්නත් පුළුවන් හෙට ඇවිල්ලා මාව මිලියන් නැත්නම් බිලියනර් කෙනෙක් මිලියනර් කෙනෙක් බවට පත් කරන්නත් පුළුවන් Right, the clay represent natural human life. The potter's wheel represent life-shaping poses. The goblet symbolizes socially shaped human identity. The flower represents innocent purity and natural joy. The transformation of clay into goblet symbolizes human growth under pressure. Symbolism gives the poem deep philosophical meaning. Here, I told you the poet delivered the message indirectly. Potter mean the society or the authoritative power. Clay mean the natural formation of human being. Right? Goblet mean the forcefully transformed version. Flower again represent the purity, innocence quality. So the symbolism is a very powerful technique here. Metaphor, what is the metaphor? Goblet forms is described as death. The transformation is compared to a spiritual destruction. Living breath represents the life or soul. The flower flaming suggests vibrant life. This metaphor shows emotional rather than physical change. Not in a single place, the poet says, I am talking about the human life. But metaphorically, he explained the innocent, natural formation of life converted into a version that equal to a lifeless formation of the people. Right? When the originality or the something is given forcefully, there the person will lost its originality. අන්න ඒක ඇවිල්ලා කොහොමද කියන්නේ metaphorically කියන්නේ directly කියන්නේ නැහැ but we understand that imagery throughout the poem you see you get the pictures mental pictures read from head to heel fragrant friendship hand that burns so warm right Imagery helps readers visualize both the physical and emotional transformation. It makes the poem emotionally powerful and memorable. So, throughout the poem, you had mental pictures. Mind pictures were created throughout the poem. Yes or no? ඔයාලට තිබුණා නේද? අර Potter's wheel එකේ දාලා clay එක turn කරනවා ඒක goblet එකක් වෙනකොට change වෙනවා plant එකක් පස්සේ වැවෙනවා වැවිලා එනකොට ඒකේ මලක් පිපෙනවා so all those pictures you had in your mind alliteration what are the alliteration fragment friendship right first sound is repeated so that is alliteration and hyperbole what is hyperbole hyperbole it is like death and the words during those lines I explained some things are explained in an exaggerated way. So we call that one hyperbole. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා ඕනට වඩා උලුප්පලා පෙන්නලා තිබුණා. මේ තියෙන I felt vast feeling of sorrow. මට නිකන් මාව නැත්තටම නැති වෙලා යනවා වගේ contrast එක මොනවාද? මෙතන ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා the clay and the goblet, right? How it was and how it is, right? The contrast, comparison. In German, in several places, you see what? Many sentences continue the next line without punctuation. So, without any punctuations, they have taken they have pauses, they have break the sentence into two parts, right? Oh. Paradox, what is the paradox? The goblet gains form but calls it death. Normally, forms mean improvement, but here it means destructions, right? When a transformation definitely ended up with a transformation should ended up with positive impact. Yes or no? Otherwise, we don't want to do that. ඔන්න අපි කියනවනේ අපි transformation එකකට ඕනි කියලා. එතකොට salon එකකට ගිහිල්ලා 100,000 වගේ spend කරලා skin care routine එකක් කරලා hair color කරලා texture එක change කරලා එළියට එනකොට වඳුරෙක් වගේ හිටියොත් වැඩක් නැහැ. Right? Why do we want to spend 100,000 to look like a monkey? Because we already look like monkey. We wanted to change into a better version. And after spending 100,000, if you are remaining as a monkey or orangutan, useless, right? Useless. So the transform mean what? Convert into a better version. But it says what? It was converted into a version that I feel my life has taken away. මාවනික මරලා දැම්මා වගේ. හරිද? අර have you watched that video? අර සැලූන් එකකට ගිහිල්ලා ෆේෂල් එකක් දානකොට ඒ ගර්ල් කෙනෙක් මැරුණානේ. මැරුණාට පස්සේ සැලූන් එකේ දන්නේත් නැද්ද? සැලූන් එක ගිහිල්ලා ෆේෂල් එක දානකොට ඒ ගර්ල් ඇවිල්ලා මැරුණා. මැරුණ ගර්ල් සැලූන් එකේ නෝනයි මහත්තයයි අරන් ගිහිල්ලා පාරේ කැලෑවක් හරි කොහේ හරි ඈතක මලමිනිය දාලා ඇවිල්ලා තිබුණා. එයාලගේ කියන්නේ නැතුව. වැඩේ උනේ මොනවද දන්නවද? මලමිනිය දාගෙන යන බෑග් එකේ සැලූන් එකේ කෙනා කපල් එකේ බබාගේ ටෝයි එකක් තිබිලා තියෙනවා. ඒතකොට අර මලමිනිය දාලා හලනකොට ටෝයි එක එතන දාලා ඇවිල්ලා. ඒකෙන් තමයි හොයාගෙන ඇවිල්ලා සැලූන් එකේ මේවා ෆුටේජ් ඔක්කොම දුන්නා. කැමරා ෆුටේජ් එක දුන්නා මේ ෆේෂල් එකක් මට මතක හැටියට ෆේෂල් එකක් කරනකොට එහෙමම සිහි නැතු යනවා. ඩොක්ටර්ස්ලා කිව්වේ ඒ ඇත්තටම මැරිලා තියෙන්නේ ඒ ගෙනත් දාපු තැනට පස්සේ තමයි එයා ඇත්තටම මැරිලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අර සැලූන් එක ඇතුලේ මැරිලා ඉඳලා නැහැ. සිහි නැතුව ඉඳලා තියෙන්නේ. මෙයාලා ඇවිල්ලා අත උස්සලා බලනවා මෙහෙම නහයට අත තියලා බලනවා. එතකොට මැරිලා කියලා හිතලා ගිහිල්ලා දාන්නේ. එහෙම නැතුව ඒ වෙලාවේ හොස්පිටල් එකකට ඇඩ්මිට් කරලා තිබුණා නම් බේර ගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. තේරුණා නේද? එතකොට ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆෝමේෂන් එකේ මනුස්සයාගේ ජීවිතේම නැති කරලා තියෙනවා නම් එතකොට තේරුමක්ම නැහැනේ. නේද? ලස්සන ගෑනු කෙනෙක්. මං හිතන්නේ රට ගිහිල්ලා ආපු ගමන් සැලූන් එකට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා තවත් ලස්සන වෙලා ගිහිල්ලා පෙන්නන්න ඕනේ කියලා රට ගිහිල්ලා ආපුවාට ඊට පස්සේ පස්සලට යට වෙලා ගියා. හරිද? අන්න ඒ වගේ දැන් මෙතන ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆෝමේෂන් එකක් අපි එක්ස්පෙක්ට් කරන්නේ පොසිටිව් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆෝමේෂන් එකක්නේ. හැබැයි පැරඩොක්ස් එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? form එක he says that this form is equal to my death. Right? That is called paradox. ඔන්න literary devices ටිකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් මට ඔයාලගේ explanation එක දෙන්න. ඊට පස්සේ මම ඔයාලට මේකේ අපි further කතා කරමු. next week එකේ මම දැන් අලුතෙන් චූටි version එකක් ඔයාලගේ class එකට ගේනවා. next week එකේ I ask some critical question about this poem. Right? So you have to provide your explanation for that. Please don't give yes or no. Do you think this person has done this one just because of this? Yes, teacher. Serpala deepa. Serpala deepa. So I'm asking question expecting you to give an explanation for that. Descriptive answer for that. Okay, so I will be creating nearly 10 critical answers, critical thinking answers. You have to answer for that. Give me an explanation for the question I asked. Eva Avila, yes, no questions, name. Do you think? Yes, I think so, teacher. No, I don't think so, teacher. Eva name. May Panti, no, 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 no. Single people doesn't, single people, they don't know Tamil. Only I think Usman can understand, Aisha can understand, Yahya can, Azka can. Oh, my class, all the children are Muslim students. Amodya and Amodya, Situmi, oh my god, Litumya, only 2, 3 people. Serpala depend. Can understand no? Situmi order there, Serpala depend. You couldn't understand. Kelle, Demalenkiwa, Singalenkiwa, Serepo, Lamai. Adipena, Gahano. සැරප්පෙන් ගහනවා. සර්පාලා අඩිපෙන. ඒක සැරප්පෙන් ගහනවා කොහොම චුට්ටක් නරකයි වගේ. සර්පාලා අඩිපෙන මෙයාලා හිතන යා මොන හරි දෙන්න යනවා. මොන හරි ලොකුවට දෙයක් දෙයි කියලා. Here is also Singhal. 3 people are there. හරි. Ready ද ළමයි? දැන් ඉතින් කියන්න පාරක් කියලා දුන්නා මේක කියලා දුන්නා කියලා. ඔක්කොම කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා. Here is Sir, keep the camera switch on. You ready? Yes. මෙයා ලෑස්ති වෙලා ඉන්න තියෙන්නේ. Go. First of all you start. Come. Yes. Aisha, can you give an appreciation for the poem? Can you name? Do. Can you ඇවිල්ලා මේ මට හරියන්නේ ඔය බගෑ පැත්තෙන් හිගා කන්න බෑ ළමයි. හරිද? கீழே விழுந்தாலும் மீசல மண் படக்கூடாதுன்னு நினைக்கிறோம். Aisha, can you understand Tamil very well? Yes. Palamuli as well?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Right, go ahead.
So, good evening to my teacher and my dear friends. Today I'm here to talk about the poem The Earthern Goblet by the Indian poet Harindranath Chattopadhyaya. So, at first, he introduces a goblet. So, this goblet is a form of a clay which has been shaped by a potter, and it had been created into another form, a completely different form. So at first he starts from silent goblet. This silent goblet, the literary device that he has used here is oxymoron, because it shows of two different contrasting words. So silent goblet, the poem indicates by this that the poet tries to give a voice by addressing the goblet. So by this, he tries to show the voiceless people, and he shows how the voice is authoritated by the society. As well as red. Usually red should symbolize something like kindness, romance, or whatever. But here, this red symbolizes something very painful, and this excruciates the physical pain of the goblet. Then when you are being twirled, so this the process of twirling is something you get rotated. This twirl, it symbolizes that once you get into the process, it's continuous and you cannot escape. As well as he says the potter's wheel, he like this because the clay had been twirled in the potter's wheel, and that's how the goblet shape had been given. So this potter's wheel symbolizes the fate of the clay. As well as now usually when something happens in life, it becomes continuous. When we get adapted to it, it becomes continuous, and we cannot be escaped from it once after we are engaged in it. So this shows the continuous turn of life where we cannot escape. And then the potter is someone like it represents the authoritarian. It could also represent the god, ruler, or even the society. So this shows that this shows that the society or someone who is higher than you, when a person authoritates you, when a person tries to control you, like you're under them and you try to transform yourself. Then the point of views of the clay is given. So clay, it wants to break away from this process. So this symbolizes the frustration and the inner pain of a clay. Now the poet, he just uses goblet and the clay just to symbolize that the children's wishes are taken away from their parents. So by this, I should understand that now the transformation process is not easy, but it's something that gives pain inner and out. Uh, and it says that the great potter's hand that burns so warm. This burning, usually it could indicate the kindness, compassion. It, like when there's a person surrounding you just to protect you, it shows the kindness and the compassion. But here, the warmth symbolizes that it's something controlling you, and it's authoritative. It's unescapable. uh, then the clay talks how it feels the sorrow of to be in this present form. Similarly, that's how the people feel sorrow when they are being controlled by the society, because like when they cannot go away from it, uh, they feel frustrated to be in it, and it's like uh, it's like you live the life of a hell. As well as the fatal hour, it symbolizes the death hour, the deathly hour that made the clay captive on the potter's wheel, and it made it like where it cannot escape. So the crimson goblet sleep shows the bright red color the goblet gave, but this shows that whatever the poet does thinking of creation is something that it makes it destructive. Now, whatever the the society usually thinks that whatever they do is creative by transforming another person's life, but still this could be destructive for only for them, the person who undergoes it. And the goblet sleep shows the feelingless and the emotionless state, while the clay, which was natural, and natural state is always the best. And it says that the the goblet expresses its nostalgic feeling. It says the fragrant friendship of a little flower. This friendship suggests the uh,
What happened? Okay, right. What happened to her? Aska, Noor Rahma, why all these people have kept their camera switch off? Where is power cut? Okay. What happened to Amodya? Aska, keep the camera switch on. Hurry up. Aisha, Noor Rahma. Right, Noor Rahma. Okay, Aisha back. Aisha is back. Aisha, continue with the.
Excuse me, miss.
Yeah.
Miss, I joined from my laptop, but the charge is over. In the device, I cannot turn on my video as it's still showing as page. Can I talk like this, miss?
Sorry.
I joined from the phone now, but I'm unable to turn on the video on
Okay.
this.
That's okay.
Okay.
Can you please continue your explanation?
Sure, miss.
Okay.
So this fragrant friendship, it shows the natural state, and this shows the natural state of the clay, and naturality is whatever, like naturality is the only thing that brings happiness for anyone, because when someone is in their natural state, it brings a sense of happiness, and the innocence is there. But it says that whose root was in my bosom shows the chest. So this by showing this by symbolizing chest, this highlights how deep this relationship had been, and how the clay was happy due to this relationship. The same way, the children who are in their innocence, the level of innocence, and the people who are with their innocent dreams, That's how they feel. But when it becomes authoritized by the people surrounding them, it turns into a disaster. Finally, the goblet says that the potter has drawn out the living breath of me and given a form which is the death of me. So this highlights the final, the deepest, the sad point. The goblet feels sorrow of what it cannot achieve more in the further, and this shows the deathless state. This shows that the change has destroyed the inner freedom, and as well as so as well as this poem, it serves as a criticism for the society. It criticizes the society for changing the people, as well as it indicates that the people should not change their own selves just for the society or for the parents pressure or whatever. Thank you, miss.
Okay, thank you so much, Aisha. We will move to Noor Rahma. Noor Rahma, go ahead. Yeah. Lower your camera a bit, Puta. Lower your camera angle if you can.
So can you hear me in time?
Ah, okay, right. Otherwise, you can high up your chair. Is it adjustable one, right? It is an adjustable one. Can you change the height of your computer chair? Ah, okay.
Is it okay, teacher?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, my dear teacher and my dear friends. Today I'm here to do a presentation about the poem The Earthen Goblet by Harinath Chattaporia. First, I'd like to talk about the poet. Harinath Chattaporia is an Indian poet, dramatist, and an actor, and he's known for his philosophical and society-conscious poetries. He often used symbolism to express his ideas about human emotions, and his works mostly reflect on freedom, individuality, and human suffering. So the summary of this poem is that the beginning of the poem, the Harina Chattaporeya addresses and questions the goblet of how it felt during the transformation of being a goblet. And the goblet giving a perfect and a wonderful answer saying that it was hard for me. It was an emotional transformation and it was a pain to me and I don't like it and I regret it. Says that I felt a conscious impulse in my clay. It is, I felt that hardship and I want to get out from this place. And and in the latter part of the poem, it shows that it represents the nostalgia of the past. And like I had a beautiful, tender friendship with a beautiful flower, and I nurtured for it. And in the last point, it says that even though my past may not be the beautiful one, I liked it, and I that's my satisfactory. And that's the summary of it. So now let's go into the themes. The first one is loss of innocence. The quotation phrase that my past unshapely natural state was the best, even though my natural state was not the perfect one, and may not be the one everybody likes it, but it was my happiness and it was my satisfactory. And being a goblet is not what I want to be, and I regret it. And second one is captivity and control. The quotation for it, that saw me captive on the potter's wheel. This shows that this transformation was coerced, abused, a forced one. It was not I want to be, no, I chose to be. So the potter's wheel shows that powerful authority which shapes the life. And captive shows that coercive and abusive nature. Third one is painful transformation. And give me a form which is death of me. It shows that this form of being a goblet is a death. I don't feel anything. It's lifeless. It's nothing. It's something I don't like, and it was nothing in me. I feel empty in it. So that's what it means by the painful transformation. Fourth one is regret and nostalgia. I used to feel the fragrant friendship of a little flower. So this shows that I had a beautiful past. I had a happiest past that I can never relate to. Shows a beautiful fragrant. Fragrance shows that the purity, the flowers show the purity and happiness that it had. And I regret of being a goblet, being sedated in a position, being into it may be the one everybody likes, but I don't like. So now let's go into the literary devices. The first one is personification. I felt a conscious impulse in my clay. You can understand that personification is used in throughout the poem, like the potter's wheel, potter, the flower, and the goblet, which are all personified. And one of the most point is the famous one is I felt a conscious impulse in my clay, which it represents is to show the immense feeling, immense. I felt the urge to be out of this place. The second one is symbolism. The potter symbolizes the great authority which shapes the life. The clay symbolizes the human life which it was representing to. The third one is potter's wheel, which shows that external life shaping forces. Goblet represents the human identity. A flower represents the purity. Third one is metaphor. I am given me a form which is death of me, which shows that at the goblet sleep. For example, goblet sleep shows that I don't feel anything. I don't have anything. I feel empty, and it shows that indirectly shows and the transformation is a spiritual destruction, and liveliness of my life is gone. That's what it represents. Fourth one is hyperbole. I felt was the sorrow, the feeling of sorrow. It shows that hyperbole is used to exaggerate the pain of the pain and emphasize that situation of that transformation is. So the thought-provoking message is that one's natural self is always best, and it should never be shaped by anything, and it should always be in that place, and it should go into that potential of what one's life has. So thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thank you so much, Noor Rahma, so putting everything into a summary version, right? Thank you so much. We'll move to Amodya. What happened to you? Miss, I have an ICT paper class. Ah, yeah. Aisha, you can leave with her. Azka, after Azka, you will get ready. Azka, continue with the next you, Shamira.
Madam, shall I?
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'm here to present about the poem The Earthen Goblet. The Earthen Goblet by Harindranath Chattopadhyaya. He was an Indian poet and he often used the symbolism to express deep emotions. So this earthen goblet, this poem is actually it is a nature versus artificial civilization because the version, the real natural version is forcefully transformed to an artificial version, which that particular real version doesn't like it. So this poem, the first itself the whole poem shows the just the goblet. That means they ask the poet begin this asking that do you like this, how do you feel this, and the potters clay said that I am happy when I was in natural form, but I feel very hard when this happened when I was converted to goblet, but I can't escape from it. So here you can see that I felt a conscious impulse in my clay. So hard feeling. But from the great potter's hand that burns so warm, he feel hard. That is very hard. It is was the feeling was very hard. But that the goblet can't escape from it.
So the personification is shown because the heart feeling is given to the goblet. So indirectly it shows the society. Society is forcefully, for when the society is convert to a particular version, they don't like it, but they are transformed forcefully. Here it shows the power and the authority from the great potter's hand that burned so warm. It felt so hard. So it shows the power and the authority. And I felt vast, hyperbole. So here you can say this forceful transformation is this forceful transformation is doesn't like by that real version, and it put that real version into deep mental pain throughout the life, because it should be in that particular version throughout the life, because the goblet can't return to the clay again. And then into my present form. So now when you take here, they said the goblet is saying he is feeling very hard because of this present form, which shows the theme of the identity and selfhood. And then and then he said that I used to feel the fragrant friendship of a little flower whose root was in my bosom buried deep. So it shows that how that the goblet enjoyed the past version. He enjoyed the past version. He liked the past version. So it shows the regret and the nostalgia. So you can see, I used to feel it. So he this transformation is, he can't resist the transformation, and it also shows that the inner resistance, because he can't resist the transformation because the opponent is strong. The opponent is very strong. And the last one is, the potter has drawn out the living breath of me and given me a form which is a death of me. So it shows that it highlights the what the it's like highlight the loss of natural self. Here the real version is loss. He is losing the it also a paradox, because the reason it is the paradox is because it doesn't show the transformation doesn't show the improvement, it shows the destruction. So whole poem says that the society, this modern society, the modern society is the transformation. Actually, the modern society is transformation out of 75 percentage that is false. That is not the real. That's not the, we can't estimate the outer appearance. We can't estimate the inner thing, inner self, inner mind by looking the outer appearance, because most of them are not happy because of this power and authority, because they become that particular, they achieve that particular form, particular job, particular business, particular something, because of the force given by the external people, external society. So you shouldn't give your identity for the external people, but you should respect the external people, but you shouldn't give your identity for the external people. You know your safety, you know what you can and what you can do, what you like most. You shouldn't disobey your parents, but carefully and trickfully you can handle, and you can stick your identity. Do not change your identity, but be respectful. Thank you for listening my presentation until the end.
Thank you so much. So whenever Aska is doing her presentation, I enjoy it. All the other time I see the information, but whenever you do your presentation, I start to enjoy. I don't know the reason for that. Maybe you are following a special trick for that. I don't know the reason. And I like the way you deliver the content and finally ended up giving that thought provoking message, right? So this is overall poem. We should not, this is what I am expecting from my children, right? Whenever I teach a content, right, I take something related to my life, because I don't criticize somebody else. I criticize myself. For me, the life I lead, I'm living a successful life, right? Maybe I'm not living a luxury life, but my life are very peaceful. I'm content with that. So these decisions are taken by me. My life I created the way I want. That's why always I take my life as an example and tell you. It doesn't mean I'm living an identical life. එන්න නිකන් exemplary life එකක් මම lead කරනවා නෙමෙයි. ඒ වුණාට I have compared myself with the other people, and I know some people they have a lot, like material success, they have reached highest place, but after all they are not happy. For me, what I evaluate success, first of all we should be happy. Yes, no, yes or no? As a person you should be happy. Every single day you should be happy. So when you receive your salary, the day you receive your salary you are happy, and you do all the expenses. Next day onwards you think about the next month's salary, right? And counting days till you receive your salary. So if you are living a life like that, I don't consider those people as successful people. Why I'm saying so? Every poem has a life lesson in that. Yes or no? Every poem, don't take it as a subject lesson. Take it as a life lesson. You learn a lot, and you learn and you enjoy and you apply them to your life. Then it become very natural to you. It become very easy for you to learn literature. Like you learn literature, you join literature class. Today I'm going to learn something new. Today I'm going to learn a life lesson. Today I'm going to change my lifestyle. Right? You should be a person in that way. Right? ඔයාලා ඇවිල්ලා මේ ලිටරචර් ඉගෙන ගත්තා. මම ගොඩාක් ලිටරචර් කරන කට්ටියගේ දකින දෙයක් තමයි එයාලගේ thinking pattern එක හරි වෙනස්. එයාලා ලෝකේ මනින විදිය හරි වෙනස්. එයාලගේ සිතුම් පැතුම් හරි වෙනස්. The way they think, the way they take the decisions, the way how matured they are, right? Their maturity level is very high, because they don't take decision after seeing the outer appearance. They deep dive, they critically think about it before taking a decisions. They find evidences for that, right? The decisions gonna be very standard, right? Mama hari ආසයි මේ Aska, for her literature she does it as an entertaining tool. She enjoyed, right? Whenever she does her presentation, I see how happy she is to do that, and I understand how uh, how observant she is, and what type of how minute, all the minute points are captured by her, right? අර මම කියන පුංචි පුංචි දේවල් දෙන චූටි චූටි advisors දෙන minute point එකේ ඉඳලා මාර grabbing මේ capacity එකක් තියෙනවා, right? මට ඕනි අන්න එහෙම. දැන් රහ්මා, නූර් රහ්මා, අයිෂා මෞලානා හැමෝම ඇවිල්ලා ක්ලාස් එකේ ඉන්න හැමෝම මම ඇවිල්ලා thank you so much නේ කියන්නේ. ඔයාලගේ presentation එක ඇවිල්ලා හැමෝගෙම very standard. නූර් රහ්මා හරි වෙන්න පුළුවන්, අමෝද්‍යා වෙන්න පුළුවන්, සිතුමි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම නම් කිව්වොත් page එකට කියාගෙන යන්න ඕනේ. Everybody they are doing standard presentations. හොඳම standard. ඒ කියන්නේ කවුරු හරි මම අස්කව මේ මොනවාද කියන්නේ appreciate කරලා වීඩියෝ එකක් upload කරොත් මට කට්ටිය බණී teacher, didn't you notice other children how standard their performances are? Of course yes. Of course yes. කාගේවත් ඇවිල්ලා අඩුවක් කියන්න මට නැහැ. මට ඕන කෙනෙක්ගේ recording එකක් අරගෙන මගේ FB එකේ දාන්න පුළුවන්. Whoever doing the presentation, I can take the clip, upload to my FB page, and proudly I can say these are my students. හරිද? I believe ගොඩක් මම දන්නේ අනිත් අය කරනවාද කියලා. මම ගොඩක් වෙලා මේ විශ්වාස කරනවා අනිත් ක්ලාසස් වල ලිටරචර් ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලාට ඒ කැපැසිටි එක නැහැ. බට් මගේ ක්ලාස් එකේ ළමයි හරිම එක්ස්ප්‍රෙසිව්, they can do it. අර by heart කරගෙන පොත පාඩම් කරන ළමයි නෙමෙයි, එයාලට දෙයක් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්, කියන්න පුළුවන් තත්ත්වයක ළමයි කට්ටායමක් තමයි මාත් එක්කලා ඉන්නේ. grade 6 එකෙත් එහෙමයි, grade 8 ක්ලාස් එකෙත් එහෙමයි, 10 එකත් එහෙමයි, 11 එකත් එහෙමයි. So all the children are in that way. හැබැයි අර මම මෙතන මේක highlight කරලා කියන්නේ subject එකක් ඉගෙන ගන්න එකයි subject එකත් enjoy කරන එකයි දෙකක්. තේරුණානේ? Learning and enjoying living in something is different. තේරුණා නේද? එතකොට ඒකේ පොඩි රසයක් තියෙනවා. There is a taste in that. Okay, Shamira. ඔන්න බලන්න මඩ ඉන්නවා physical ළමයි. Come Shamira. Shamira is the identical girl version.
Thank you, madam.
You're welcome, Putta. Come. Shamira, come. Ah. Kau apa ada ni? Tadi? Ada tekin? Ah, ini. Dia kira mana sih kita harus cari kau. Come here. Come in front of the camera.
So good evening everyone. So today I'll be talking about the poem The Earthern Goblet, which is written by Harindranath.
Come here. Come in the middle. Come, come. No, 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 no. You have to do that. Come here. No problem. Come in the middle. First of all, face the camera. Ah, okay. Go.
Good evening everyone. So I'll be talking about the poem The Earthen Goblet, which is written by Harindranath Chatrapadaya. So the poem is a life-based poem and is an emotional, sad conversation between the narrator and the goblet. And this highlights the loss of natural freedom and simplicity in exchange of an artistic, manufactured, and an artificial existence. The goblet expresses sorrow, mourning throughout the poem, preferring its earlier life than the new one, which is rigged and in an artificial form. So now I'll be talking about the themes. So the first theme is loss of innocence. So for loss of innocence, we can take the quotation: "My past, unshapely natural state was best." And the second theme is freedom versus control, and we can take the quotation: "That saw me captive on the potter's wheel." And the third theme is painful transformation. We can take the quotation: "And given me a form which is the death of me." And the fourth theme, nature versus artificial civilization, and we can take the fragrant friendship of a little flower. And the fifth theme is identify and self-worthiness. Uh, we can take into my present form. And sixth one is regret and nostalgia. Uh, we can take the quotation: I used to feel. And the last theme is power of authority. We can take the quotation from the great potter's hand. And I'll just quickly tell the literary devices. So personification, apostrophe, symbolism, metaphor, imagery, uh, alliteration, hyperbole.
Give me the paper and give me your book.
Miss, I'm looking for the book.
Ah, give me. Give me. Give. Point me. Ah,
This.
only the literary devices now. After that, the explanation we are going to give yourself. Just tell me what you learned from. Give me this book. Okay. Just forget about the book. Now tell me. Forget about all those technical stuff. Tell me what did you learn from the poem? What is the message delivered through the poem? And what is the message the writer wants to deliver, and what did you learn from this poem? Tell me that. Answer those three questions.
So what I learned was that you shouldn't like force someone to do something like beyond his limits. We have to stay on their boundary and never force someone to do it, because later they'll regret it and like change their life into something regretful, and they'll hate it. Sometimes they might hate us also. So like how the potter like forced the clay to form into something it doesn't want, we also shouldn't do that. And and yeah.
Okay. Overall poem. tell me the story of the overall poem. Overall poem story.
So it is like a clay which is transformed into a goblet by a potter who was like forcing it to turn into a shape that it didn't want and was almost turned to death and and later it regrets how it was made and how it was like rigged and it was like an artificial art and yes it regretted a lot and in this new transformation then its past life which was just the clay and yes.
Right. So, what type of symbols the writer has used to deliver this message? It is not the similes, right? Metaphorically, the writer has taken one symbol and delivering this message to the society. What is the metaphor? How it has been used throughout this poem?
uh, so we can say like, I can't remember it properly but then
Metaphor. What is the metaphor here? Clay transformation to goblet, right? Metaphorically. So, what? How the writer symbolically use clay